What's up, guys? This is Mike Lewis, going to be casting League of Dota Season 2, Week 2. This is going to be one of the semifinal matches between Bag of Chips and Pepperoni, which should be BCP, but you can see on the upper left it's actually CBP. I don't know if they just messed up or something, but I'm probably going to be calling them both, because their tags are BCP, but their name is CBP, so I don't know what happened there. It's going to be between them on the Radiant, Tactical Surprise on the Dire. My apologies for missing yesterday. I had a previous engagement that, can't cast every week. I don't get paid enough for that. Actually, I don't get paid at all. That's exactly why I don't get paid enough, guys. So I can't offer that much insight. I haven't seen either of these two teams play. I think I might have casted Tactical Surprise in a previous week, though I'm not sure if that's completely right. I might not have. I don't quite remember. But either way, there are heroes on the in the draft so far, so let's take a look at what we have. Tactical Surprise actually banning out an Invoker. Kind of surprising. You usually don't see that ever. Invoker, this actually is tournament version, so I don't think he's got the Forged Spirits nerfed in this particular version. I think that's correct.
10 seconds.
So Invoker is still a scary Forged Spirit hero, but Invoker versus Viper is generally a Viper favored matchup. Invoker's got to play very far back, else face the wrath of the Viper. Tactical Surprise is going to lock down a lane, all but guaranteed with that. Slark as well, if there's a Viper versus Slark lane, assuming it's a 1 versus 1, assuming there's not much roam, which we could see Rubik and Alchemist, there is going to be roam, then a Slark is not going to have fun. Really, if anyone is up against the Viper, you're not going to have fun unless Bag of Chips decide to pick up something like a Razor, who's really good against Viper. But either way, there is going to be a Slark on the other end along with a Rubik, so picking up possibly one more high damage support hero, and there could be a little bit of roaming there. Tactical Surprise with the Alchemist would be interested in doing the exact same thing. Bane already out, getting rid of that Nightmare setup with that concoction. Venomancer has been second ban for them. But we also have Vengeful Spirit, we also have Crystal Maiden. There's going to be a whole slew of support heroes, and I think both teams are going to want to pick that pretty highly. Either that or ban that very aggressively. Because Alchemist, Rubik, those are pretty good, starting, foundation heroes to build off of on. But you really need that secondary support to make things happen. But other than that, Viper versus Slark. As far as contributions to the lane, Viper is a lot more of a lane dominator. Slark, he suffers a little bit more in lane, like usually what you see. Alright guys, we are back into this game. I blue screened, so apologies, but apparently there's a lot of action going on. Jenkins going to instantly be bowling up, but the Naga Siren still not done yet, 2FB, and try to help his Shadow Shaman. That's not going to happen. Yeah, they actually didn't pause. I private messaged someone on Tactical to tell them to pause. That didn't happen. But blue screen of death, unfortunately, something that I cannot prepare for, so my apologies, guys. Hopefully I didn't miss anything too big. Looks like CBP actually picked themselves up quite a heavy push comp, and now I'm having some stutter lag because I've just reconnected. That should settle out in a couple minutes, but yeah, picking up the Slark Rubik first, following up with, I'm assuming, just Pugna Death Prophet as their other two picks, then Naga Siren. They're going to go heavy into the pushing, whereas Tactical picking up the Viper into the Alchemist, going into then Shadow Shaman, Bristleback, as well as the Shadow Demon. So I don't really know how this was laned. I'm guessing it was a Shadow Shaman on the mid-roll Viper in the safe lane, as it looks like it was. Shadow Demon as well as Alchemist. Not the best roaming combination in my opinion, because Shadow Demon doesn't really add that much to it compared to some other heroes, but still pretty functional. And then they, of course, have the line on the Bristleback. So Bristleback going to be on the bottom lane for line. Of course, everyone knows that. This is just for continuity's sake. We have Joico on the Shadow Demon, Alchemist being played by 2FB. Sir Mercury is going to be on Shadow Shaman, Darky on the Viper. For the other end, we have Fact or Fiction going to be on the Slark, Jenkins is going to be on the mid lane Pugna. We have Tabo on the Naga Siren bottom lane support, along with New Sham on the Rubik, and then Death Prophet going to be the last hero, going to be played by Shredder. So looks like I did miss the first blood. Who died first blood? I just saw Jenkins. I guess Jenkins died first blood. Yeah. So Jenkins died first blood, probably not having the best of times with this roaming combination. Shadow Shaman on the mid lane actually contributes quite a lot to the roam, and there we go. Another Shackle with the curse being laid on as well. Stun being shaken and thrown. Gonna blow up that Pugna. Telekinesis going to catch the Shadow Demon. He will disrupt that Rubik and take a couple tower shots. He's going to almost live. New Sham, though, getting out of that bubble just in time to lay down a Fade Bolt. making it ultimately a 1-for-1 trade. Though Tactical, if they keep the Shadow Demon trading with the Pugna all day, they'll be completely fine with doing that. Nusham does get a little bit of experience from that, so a high level Rubik is going to be a little bit dangerous. And another Shackle onto Nusham. Lots of creep damage there. You can see the power of a level 2 Shackle. And the shock from level 3, killing off Rubik. Shadow Shaman, looking like Elder Titan, and certainly putting out just as much damage. That's going to give him a level 7. Arcane Boots up as well, and in the meantime, bottom lane, Bristleback is actually going to die. Bristleback probably got a little bit too out of position there. I'm just trying to settle down all the stream issues. Hopefully everyone in Dota TV can hear me correctly. I mean, the little microphone speech bubble thing is there, so I'm assuming everything is correct, though. Recovering from a blue screen is definitely not what I was planning on doing today. But looks like the lag has almost all but settled, and we could get back into this game. Take a look at the farm real quick. We have Slark 2-1 versus Darkies, 37 for 11. I'm assuming the Slark was up here from the get-go, but I'm really not too sure about that. But it's exactly what I said in the small amounts of time in the draft. Slark is not going to have a fun time versus Viper. No one has a fun time versus Viper. Slark will be able to pack out some things, but not too much. 2FB, don't get pulled up to the cliff. That would be very unfortunate. And he's going to continue chasing this one out. Shadow Poison constantly scouting out for Nusham. Though it looks like 2FB not willing to shake up that stun. He is around there. Looks like they want to go for Jenkins. Mercury, unfortunately, does not have a single point in Hex. That would get them the kill right now. I think he's fast enough for... Yes, a Shackle. There we go. Where's the stuns being charged up? The Amplify onto Jenkins as well, and Jenkins is going to die very quickly. The Shadow Shaman drops his wards before he does die, and he actually gets Shredder trapped. He phased right into them, and the wards are going to kill off Shredder as well. 2FB with the Acid getting a double kill. Fact to Fiction in that Shadow Dance going to clean up the rest of the wards. But it's a double kill for 2FB, but ultimately a 3 for 2. CBP, though, losing two very important heroes in the Death Prophet, as well as the Pugna. So, you know, Tactical, they do lose the Shadow Shaman, who I think you just got to get 1 point of Hex, right? You go 4 Shock, 1 Hex, 1 Shackle. Going for the second point of Shackle seems a little bit odd to me, just because this is an additional disable. It's a instant cast time, so it should be pretty useful, but it's apparently not what the Shadow Shaman Mercury wants to do right now. Also, 2FB holding that stun for a very long time. I think he could have just started channeling it a while ago, but here we go. Here's the power of Death Prophet as well as a Pugna pushing lineup. They're just going to absolutely destroy this tower, and really, there's nothing that Tactical could do in order to prevent that. Nusham on the bottom lane might be in a little bit of trouble as well. If he gets put in the bubble, he might just get chased down and die. No, Bristleback does not have any goo, and now Darky on the top lane. He does have a very fast mech, 7-minute mech. My god, this Viper did some work in this lane, and he's going to stay alive. I don't know if CBP can kill him without 3 heroes. Naga Siren definitely is not going to cut it. She's not the highest damage support hero. Like, level 3 Riptide is pretty good as a spell, but as far as killing people, you're going to need a lot more. They're going to put 4 heroes in the top lane. They don't have the Death Prophet ultimate. They already used it, a minute cooldown before that's happening, but really they don't need it. They have a level 3 blast, and that should be a little bit should be enough to take down the tower. And it looks like top lane is going to be pushed. 2FB going to make his way up there. Has 2 levels of acid though. Against the chip damage of the Pugna plus Death Prophet, you know, they're going to annihilate creep waves like that. The creep wave did not know what hit him. It really wasn't there. They're going to try to make a trade with these death wards. Nusham going to, please don't say steal it. Oh god. Serpent wards have been stolen. It's not really going to make a difference right now, I don't think. Good luck Outlast hitting all those serpent wards. Top lane is being pushed. Nusham now has the most power. He's pretty much Shadow Shaman right now. Like, that's exactly what he is. Except with no channeling on his disable. So CBP, if they didn't have enough pushing before, they certainly have it now. Level 3 blast plus an ultimate from the Death Prophet, which should be up soon. Yeah, 10 seconds until that's up. They could demolish that top tower with so much ease. Not even funny. So yeah, they're probably gonna drop the wards for this. Though there are a lot of tactical heroes in the area. Wards are not up. Jenkins, oh, you don't want to be there, Jenkins. Gonna put in the bubble. Curse as well. Shadow Poison instantly into the Shackle. Another ward is there. It's going to do some pretty heavy damage, but the stun is there onto Jenkins' Acid, and he's going to get popped. Sir Mercury on his way out. He should be fine. Bone Shredder, not Bone Shredder, just Shredder. Needs one more cast. Not going to happen. Nusham is going to trap Darky within those wards. It looks like Darky might die. Run, Darky. Salve. 2 HP. No. No, yes, he will live. How did that not kill him? What? Darky's gonna live. Fact or fiction, though. Gonna hunt him down, pouncing forward with that additional movement speed. Darky gonna get blown up. Kaboom. It was so close, Darky. It was so close. It shot one more time, and I don't know how that didn't... It's like 45 damage. He only had 10. I don't know how he lived through that shot, but he definitely lived. And now bottom lane, Lion hasn't been a part of any of this. He's going to get netted down to the floor. Nushim going to come right in, steal the quills. Not the most useful. Lion with 2 points of respect might be fine, might actually go down. Nushim, one more right click, will do it. And find a kill on the Bristleback, staying around for just a little bit too long. Getting dragged to a tower doesn't help either. And now another 4 heroes down in the bot lane. CBP, they picked themselves up a very heavy push comp, and they know how to use it. Pugna, just going to go down to the bot lane very shortly, I'm sure. How many sets of arcane boots are there? 1 set of arcane boots. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Just 1 set of arcane boots. They don't need that much mana to blow this up, just because there's not going to be that much resistance from tactical. They don't really have any great ways of initiating, aside from, you know, awkwardly passing through the Pugna in an area like that. But they could probably make all these tower trades happen, though tactical not going so deep into the pushing game, yet they're still staying even. They're 1 tower down. Actually, they're going to be 1 tower down soon enough, but making these trades with these Serpent Wards going to play out very well for them. There's no real chance of saving this tower. It's just a matter of time before it does go down. But on the crackback, they may be able to take down the bottom lane tower in response. So, tower going to drop lower and lower. Blast going to kill it off. Back to Fiction, you take a little bit more damage. 2FB going to end up stunning himself as well. They're going to keep pushing on the top lane, actually. Darky's doing some pretty heavy damage with that Viper, and mass teleportation's coming in. Mercury and Darky, you gotta be careful. Fact to Fiction gonna jump right in, maybe? No. Gotta think better of it, though. He does have the Shadow Dance, going to play it safe. Better safe than dead, right? And the last tier 1 tower to stand is on the CBP side, on the bottom. Serpent Wards being used like clockwork from the Shadow Shaman. You really gotta appreciate when Shadow Shamans do that. It's like, hey, every however long, 110 seconds, drop those wards, get a tower. Drop those wards, get a tower. Gets a little bit harder when you get to the tier 2s, but well, they actually haven't taken the tier 1, so they are even on towers. I thought they took it before, but apparently the team fight delayed that. Viper going to come in from the side, and Shredder might just die right here. Here's the Hex into a shock instantly. Shredder going to hit with Viper Strike, and he's just a matter of time before he does go down. He's going to try to hide in the corner. Not going to happen. Mercury going to get there with the Shackle, kill him off, and then run away with Haste Rune. Tabo is there to land him with a net, and Mercury going to get mech'd up, though it's not going to be enough. Blast, use very heavy damage. Fact Fishing going to come in with a Shadow Dance, though everyone's going to get bailed out by that Naga Siren ultimate. Jenkins, does he have a TP? 2 seconds in. Oh, I think they know where Jenkins is. Is there a disable? Oh, yeah, he's going to get disabled. And goodbye, Jenkins. It was nice knowing you, but not that nice. Jenkins going to drop everyone on tactical pretty damn low. But in the end, they take a 2-for-1 trade. So, and on top of that, save their tower. Can't really ask for that much more in a team fight. Now the question is, what do they want to do? Shadow Shaman, unfortunately, not with them. He can teleport straight up to the top lane, and they will have a mech soon enough. Yeah, 10 seconds to the mech. Lion getting a little bit out of position, though. He's going to get dragged back, pounced up as well. Can't run anywhere, Lion, and he's going to drop. Ultimate from Death Prophet being used there. Definitely less than optimal. They want to push this lane now, though I don't really think they can with only 3 heroes around. Death Prophet ultimate being used to kill off 1 Bristleback. I mean, they got the kill, yes, but really you would want to use it to take down towers. Now on this bottom lane, Mercury is there with the Hex on the Fact of Fiction. If he gets a Shackle on him, then he might just die. No, backed up a little bit too far, trying to get out of tower aggro range, but Fact of Fiction will restore all that HP very quickly. Mercury, though, is not done yet. He has another Shock as well as a Hex, and he's going to scout out behind this tower. Actually stay as far away from Fact of Fiction as possible. Tower is slowly dropping. Tower is going to drop. And in the meantime, Pugna picks up a free kill on Viper on the top side. There's a lot of burst. Viper, how many points of corrosive does he have? He does have 2 points of corrosive, plus a mech. How did he die? What? That's not, what? Okay, well, he died anyway. Jenkins with 4 blast, with the Death Prophet ultimate not yet up. I think this tower might just die regardless. Tactical not really having any heroes here. And even if they do bring Mercury up there, it won't really do that much. Still playing games with Fact or Fiction. I think that's got to be Fact or Fiction, right? I mean, maybe that's a magic card. It's a good one, too. And the top lane dive, 2FB, going to get netted up as well. Going to try to get a stun out, but Silence at the worst times. Going to try to suicide bomb himself. He will land the stun on Tabo, but it will not matter. He will go down in the end. Here comes Viper, though, with Viper Strike onto who does he want? He wants Shredder. And Shredder, RIP in peace. He's going to go down. Another poison attack onto anyone. Will kill off Jenkins. Once again, put into the bubble. And once again, it's a 2-for-1 trade. Jenkins is going to get dropped. It's one kill for Viper and another kill for, I believe, the Shadow Demon. Top lane does go down. Necro units. Whose Necro units are those? Shadow Shaman? Yeah, Shadow Shaman. Gonna pick up a very fast Necro. Tactical gonna look to stay even on these trades. On these tower trades. You know, you could push. You could go deep into the pushing with Pugna as well as Death Prophet. But we will have just as much push from the Shadow Shaman. Getting a high level Shadow Shaman, already level 2 wards 15 minutes in, is absolutely terrifying. They can just straight push down this top lane, and they will have to commit to those fights. I mean, wards are a lot more of a commitment than the blasts are. Yeah, but they can just drop wards right now, and tower already dropped down pretty low from their previous push. They're going to try to tank the aggro with it. No control of the wards actually being used, and looks like the wards are going to be a free farm in the end for the CBP side. But Tactical, they definitely are staying even on push, which is very, very difficult to say when there's a Pugna Death Prophet on the field. The problem with the Pugna Death Prophet lineup right now is that they're constantly getting flanked. And Pugna Death Prophet are great when you could see your enemies ahead of you. If they come from behind, you're screwed. Like, Pugna's not tanky. He's going for, I'm guessing that's a Necro Book and not a Dagon, although, you know, a guy can dream. Hopefully that's a Dagon. Please be Dagon, right? But hopefully that's an Necro Book for his sake, and Death Prophet does have a Euls. So now they will have a couple of tools to actually defend themselves if they get jumped from the side. But, you know, before that, they're just very, very soft. When the Eul Scepter's not up, 853 HP, that's very easy to blast through as a Viper. Like, he's been using Viper Strike on Shredder pretty much every single time. And then, of course, you have everyone else. But, you know, Viper could single-handedly take down that Death Prophet. Not to mention having the Soul Catcher on, you know, whoever as well, making it that much easier. Pounce onto Shadow Demon. He'll just walk his, teleport his way out of there. No way of interrupting that. Naga Siren, fortunately, a little bit too far away with that net, though. Still in the cover of smoke. They're going to look for the top lane. Possibly Darky's going to get caught near his tier 2. But if they do dive the tier 2, Darky is at least going to take one down before he does go down. No, he's going to stick around. Can they kill him off? Pugna as well as Naga. Jesus, come on. Naga Pugna. I don't really know if that's... Oh, well, now we know something's happening. Nether Ward, and he's running away. He's going to run straight into Tabo. He's going to drop down the net. Darky going to turn and fight. Viper Strike onto Jenkins. He's going to get drained out, though. Darky does have a mech. He should be able to walk out of here. Here comes Mercury with the Hex, with the Silence, actually. So no Shackle, though. Tabo, he's going to pop his ultimate. Instantly going to get rid of it, though. Fact Fiction is still invisible with the Shadow Blade. Going to catch Lion with the Telekinesis. He's going to get put into a bubble. He will be just fine. The Serpent Wards do get dropped. Fact Fiction going to get dropped as well. Nusham channeling that Shackle will not. It will kill him. No, it won't kill him. Nusham's going to get out. Sir Mercury picks up a double kill on the Naga Siren later. Jenkins going to try to teleport away again, and it's not going to be enough. It's a 4-man kill for Tactical, and they don't even lose Lion. There was no buybacks there, I don't think. Yeah, they just clean up. Absolutely clean up. Darky getting engaged upon, and I think a big part of that fight was for Tactical. Of course, the CBP, they were clustered up around the Serpent Wards, which is deadly. Serpent Wards do hit pretty hard, and you probably don't want to get hit by them if you have the choice. But also, the fight happened over here. The Nether Ward was dropped like all the way over here. I think that was out of range of most of those spell casts. So, Nether Ward, it is level 3, so it is a pretty devastating tool. But also there's the fact that Tactical, they just crashed upon CBP so damn quickly. There was no time for them to reposition. There was no time for Death Prophet to get in the back or Pugna to get in the back or anything. They were just in the front and dying. Fact Fishing going to go in for this Shadow Demon. He will be able to pick him up, though. The mech will make it a little bit difficult. He will die in the end. Lion also going to get shackled as well. There's the Viper Strike get dropped, but instantly the Viper goes into the air. 2-man stun for the Alchemist. Going to hopefully make their retreat a little bit easier. Darky, though, really wants that fight. He's going to get 1. He's going to get 2, actually. Now with the poison attack onto Tabo, he's going to get 3. It's a free triple kill for Darky. And CBP, they overextend way too much. Shredder is the only one to live from that. Out. Lion is going to get tower aggro, and he will get it pulled, actually. 2FB going to get the stun on Nusham. And that's an ultra kill for Darky. Right place at the right time. That was a 3v5. Are you kidding me? Viper is a broken hero, guys. Viper is so broken. In the meantime, Sir Mercury just doing his own thing, pushing stuff as Shadow Shamans usually do. Mid lane Shadow Shamans usually do. For the support, they'd probably be in that fight. He does have the Serpent Wards, so I don't really know if he wants to drop them. He might. They might get 2 towers out of this. Looks like they will. Darky Lion 2FB going to take down this tower. Going to probably slide to the mid lane, although it looks like they might just retreat as a group. Also not a bad idea. Those Serpent Wards just nuked Shadow Shaman down so badly. But they will be able to clean this tower up. So 2FB gonna get in there with the stun on Shredder. Not do too much damage, though it's mostly just buy space for these Serpent Wards to do work. Tower does drop. 2FB will drop in exchange, though. Back to Fiction gonna use the Shadow Dance to farm up the rest of these wards, but that's one less T2 for Tactical to worry about. Only the bottom lane is left, and once there, they can start looking for high ground. Going up to the high ground is always really challenging. It's going up to the high ground. However, what they will be able to, they'll have to face up against these Fade Bolts, as well as Crypt Swarms. So Creep's not really going to last too long, and then Blasts, of course, when they get a little bit closer. The biggest tool they have will continue to be these Mass Serpent Wards. They have one book. Is this a 4-staff? That definitely is a 4-staff. They have a tanky Bristleback. And yeah, they are going to struggle to break the high ground. They can drop Serpent Wards and try to get in there with the Necro units. It will be very risky. I think going for a Shan and then trying to smoke gank into a numbers advantage or try to get a team wipe again. I mean, obviously it's like, oh, they're just going to try for a team wipe. But really, straight pushing up to the high ground, that's really not what they could do. That's what CBP could do, you know, if they just find the opportunity to do so. Unfortunately, that's not really going to be an option right now. But they're going to try to go for Roshan, and I don't know, Tactical are so much stronger right now. They have the gold lead as well as the experience lead. And Roshan with the Acid Medallion, plus Goo, plus Spines. He's going to get dropped very, very quickly. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Darky. 825 now with double life. The Death Prophet ultimate going to get pops for Mercury looking for an angle. The Nether Ward has to be taken out. They're going to focus it down. No more Nether Ward. The Alchemist is going to get put up all the way to the high ground. How did he get all the way up there? He's going to be stuck right now. Back to Fiction in the Shadow Dance. Going to get shackled up. He will dispel it, though. Darky in the middle of everything, looking to use his Aegis. He will get dropped down very low. Lion drained out, but 35 HP. He will survive. Darky still alive, still with the Aegis, still wants in. Nusham does steal the Viper Strike and land on Sir Mercury, but Viper Strike's being flown everywhere. Jenkins gonna get dropped, but in exchange for the Serpent Wards, I don't know if that's worth it. Back to Fiction, gonna get stunned up. He's gonna try to pact it out. It won't work. It's another double kill. Wicked sick, actually, for Darky. Nusham teleporting out. He will be the only one to make it out alive. Someone gets put into a bubble. Okay, celebratory bubble. And now it's all hands down to the mid lane. They take a fantastic fight there. CBP, they lose their Nether Ward, placed it very, very aggressively all the way over here. They wanted to fight over here if possible, have the Nether Ward, you know, behind the line of, behind this line, so that if Tactical One's killed, they get heavily punished. But they took it out really quickly. They got their big spells out. So Ward's being used at the very end. Oh, 4-staff on the Shredder. He will use himself. The Sun's being channeled by 2FB, but the Naga Siren ultimate. Tabo gonna say, everyone slow down, guys. Everyone just chill. Silence going to actually only silence Darky. How the hell did that work? What? Oh, I guess the song does retract. Okay, I guess that's a thing. They get this push stopped due to a Naga Siren ultimate, but they take a huge fight home. They're not going to be too bothered by that. Aghanim Scepter up on Viper has been up for a while with another 3,900 gold in the bank. He could start going for heavy damage items. He could start going for heavy tanking items. Darky really has, you know, all the flexibility in the world. He could go for an E-Blade. I've never done that before, but it sounds like a lot of fun with Aghanim Scepter Viper Strike. Probably is actually really bad. So probably a heart, maybe a Manta Style, maybe a Butterfly. He just really has a lot of options right now. Tactical, still looking at that tier 2 tower on the bottom lane. Should be a very easy pickup for them, judging by how well these fights are going. And CBP, their quote-unquote pushing lineup, not really doing enough. Their bottom lane tower from the Tactical side, kind of low. Mid lane hasn't really been touched. Top lane, about the same story as the bottom lane. Lion, though, gonna get pounced upon. Back to Fiction, gonna do a lot of damage to himself. Wow, look at that blade mail do work. And Lion is a very tanky hero. He'll back up, probably go all the way back to heal. Oh yeah, I don't know if you want to be doing this, man. He's gonna lift it up, bubble yourself, but that's gonna be it. Nope, not even enough time for that. Joiko sticking around for a little bit too long. And they saw him coming. What? They had an observer ward here. I don't understand how Joiko died, but Shredder, one stack of goo, and the stun's gonna fly. He will dodge it with the Yules and do a lot of damage on the way down as well, but Mercury is there now with the Blink Dagger, with the Shock, with the Shackle. That's gonna be the death of the Death Prophet. Lion, though, very, very weak. Is there gonna be some greed for a return kill? No, not gonna happen. Top lane instead, it's gonna be Tabo looking for a return tower. 2FB gonna get in there, channeling up that stun. Has a 4-staff. Tabo is guaranteed to get hit by the stun unless 2FB really messes up. He will stun himself, and now Tabo teleporting out of there. 2FB, unfortunately with the 4-staff, unable to make that stun connect. Now back to Fiction. Coming up here as well. He has a Shadow Blade, so he's doing a lot of damage, and 2FB, without his ultimate form, might just be dead. He will get pounced upon. Back to Fiction, packed, doing a lot of damage as well. Teleport support coming in. Who is going to be a Shadow Demon is going to come in, and Back to Fiction, though, Shadow dancing his way out of there. Stun once again will fail on 2FB, but he will stay alive. And do they have Serpent Wards up? They do have Serpent Wards up, plus a Blink Dagger. So Mercury going to look to initiate a fight onto someone and then push for high ground in whatever lane is possible. Rubik, though, with an invisibility rune, is going to scout absolutely everything out. And there is some sentry coverage, I think. Well, yeah, there's 4 sentry wards of the Alchemist, though. There's really not much of a reason to drop it right now. They also do have a level 3 Necro, which can randomly pop, but I think the invisibility rune should keep the invisible Rubik relatively safe. See what he could steal right now? Nusham wants this kill, and oh no, level 3 Necro Book. Nusham is gonna get revealed, and there you go. Poor guy. You can't account for that. Come on. Cut the guy a break. They wanted to go for Tabo or something. That just didn't happen. Now Darky gonna go toe to toe with Shredder. There's an Aegis onto Darky, so Shredder, you're not gonna win this. Monster kill for Darky, and he's not even gonna lose his Aegis. Unless he kills this melee Necro unit, but he's not going to do that because he's not an idiot. Mercury going to drop the wards for Tabo. The Song of Siren will not save you there. Kills after kills after kills. Tactical finding all sorts of solo kills around the map, though. Mercury investing quite a bit to get that kill. It's going to be a whole minute and a half for those Serpent Wards to back up. So the high ground struggle is going to continue, though. Look at this. Lion as well as Joico going so very aggressively into the enemy side of the map. They're going to look for Fact or Fiction. Will not be able to find him. Fact or Fiction may actually just find Joico, and he will put himself into a bubble. Fact or Fiction can get beaten down by Lion as well. The curse onto Fact or Fiction, and wow, the illusion's actually forming a nice wall. Shadow Dance, and Fact or Fiction is now in a lot of trouble. He will get hexed up. He can't pact it out. He will get stunned. So much disable. Fact or Fiction gonna go down, and the death of that Slark means that the mid lane is now fairly open. Shadow Shaman not with that much mana. Necro units though up in 15, and with the Viper now packing a Heart of Taras completed 100%. He'll just be able to tank towers like nobody's business. Still has that Aegis for just a little bit longer. And I think the mid lane is going to be in a little bit of trouble, though. Sir Mercury, again, using those Serpent Wards before, is going to be punished now. If they had Serpent Wards, this tower is, RIP. Good night. But Aegis going to be reclaimed. Darky, unfortunately, will not be able to use it for the full reincarnation. Will not get any value out of it, in fact. But throws Viper Strike, gets stolen by Nusham. Can't avoid that. It's actually impossible. And now stun onto Nusham. Huge telekinesis stun from Darky. From the Rubik, I guess, onto Darky. Lion, though, still on the front line, still beating on that tower. Mercury going to get 4 staffed out. Another 10-15 seconds before he has his Serpent Wards. Bristleback kills off Pugna. What? What? How? Okay, he kills off the Pugna. I don't really know how that happened, but we do have Joico dropping down pretty low. Naga Siren Illusions looking to solidify the kill. Sir Mercury, though, burning mana to keep them away. 2FB channeling up a stun. He will get thrown up into the air. Won't really matter though. Nusham is going to die regardless. Yeah, there you go. Darky finding a Godlight. She Fact Fishing in the Shadow Dance. He'll try to go for the Alchemist, but the bubble is there. Darky still standing strong with that Heart of Tarask. He's just doing as much damage as he can. Who does he want? He's silenced. So there's not going to be any slowing. Nusham going to get hit with the Viper Strike. The goo is there. Nusham, will he just tick down from this? He's going to pop Magic Stick charges, and he will live for now. But Darky has another Viper Strike in just a little bit. Fact Fishing going to get in there with another Lothar's hit into the pounce on Shadow Demon. He will not be able to bubble himself. There's another Viper Strike onto the Death Prophet, but instantly Yuled out of. And we find Lion taking a lot of damage, but that's all from his back. Can they break through him? It looks like the answer is no. Tactical, they lose 2. They don't take the tower. But I think they actually take a relatively even exchange there. Like all those... are there any buybacks, first of all? Yes, there was a buyback from Rubik, so they forced out a buyback, which is pretty useful. But that's about it. It was just respawn timers and constant pressure. And Tactical, yeah, they're really struggling to break the base, but again, they didn't have their best tool. Shadow Shaman did not have Serpent Wards. He got it off cooldown, like, somewhere in that fight, but then didn't have enough mana for it. 350 mana is quite a large amount of mana to pay. Though now, going for the Aghanim Scepter with that point booster, it'll be a little bit easier for him to get that around. What? Did you just sell an Orb of Venom for no reason? Okay, he did. Gonna find a double damage rune. Unfortunately, Nusham not spotting that one out, though pinging it out anyway. What are you doing, bro? What is this guy doing? What? Where is he going? What just happened? Mercury, what are you doing? What are you doing? He thinks there's someone here. He thinks there's a Rubik around. Popping the Necro units, though. If he burns Serpent Wards here, then that's just another, like, cold, hard stop to Tactical's pushing. So Mercury's looking for someone. They're not going to find it. Dewarding with Necro units? Sure, why not? Jenkins might be in a little bit of trouble. He has a level 3 book, 1000 HP. He's not very tanky. There's some Naga Siren Illusions to help out, though. And they're actually not going to last long at all. Serpent Wards, please tell me that it haven't been used foolishly. Sir Mercury, you should not be looking for solo kills. I don't know if he can kill Shredder. Maybe if he... I think he can if he drops wards and then instantly hexes. But then it's like, is it worth it? I don't really even know if it is. You probably just want to save your wards for a tower. Because you can kill Shredder really easily. Like, let's be honest, Shredder isn't that tanky. Top lane, being pushed by Factor Fiction, though instantly teleporting out. Yeah, he's going to try to hold the mid lane. And Tactical, oh, there's someone get puts into the bubble. Curse not going to land, and Jenkins will just walk out of there. We'll take a Viper Strike on his way out. Lion with the front line bristleback. He's going to turn his back and just be completely A-OK. Lift up into the air, not going to have a care in the world. They have to wait until this Nether Ward does time out. Nether Ward's not up, actually. They're going to kill off some of the Necro units. Free 100 gold, though 400 pure damage. Not a laughing matter. This next creep wave, are they going to go in on this? They have the Serpent Wards, and I think that ping just means go use it. Lion, though, dropping lower and lower. There's the wards, though, hitting very hard with the Nether Ward right back at them. Lion, they pop up his Blade Mail, and there is Song of the Siren, though the Nether Wards still working at that tower. Tabo just buying time for his team, clearing out those wards so they can fight. Lions on the front lines will get silenced, netted down as well. Does not have a Blade Mail, but will get force staffed out. Darky once again on the front line is going to try to go for Jenkins. Jenkins is going to try to TP out. Will be fine to do so. No, it won't. The poison's a little bit too much. Darky gets the kill. Another stun being thrown onto Nusham. Has stolen Viper Strike once again. It's guaranteed steal of the Viper Strike, by the way, on Rubik. Viper doesn't have anything else to cast, and the huge 3-man silence bow. Though, is it going to be enough? Darky is just not taking any damage right now. Lion going to pop with the Blade Mail. Turn a lot of damage. Fact fishing from the back end is going to get shackled. No time to pack. No time to pack. No time to pack. No time to pounce. No time to Shadow Dance. Darky going to find a beyond godlike streak now. Telekinesis onto Lion. Force staff forward. But there is no follow-up to that one. Shout even has to bubble himself. Sir Mercury there with the Hex. Nuke will not kill off Joyko, though right clicks might just do it, and it won't do it. Darky finds another kill, and he's still just going to work with full HP in the enemy base. Now going to go for the set of Raxes, because he's realized that this is an objective-based game. He wants to end this game. Shredder going to Yules himself out of that Viper Strike, and Mercury, though, going to jump forward for a Hex onto Tabo. Good night, Tabo. GG well played is called by Shredder. And Tactical with the Shadow Shaman pick, providing that all the way to victory. You know, gotta give credit to Darky too, playing Viper. But then again, it's a lot easier to give credit to a Shadow Shaman than it is to give credit to a Viper, just because Viper is so easy to crush people with. But really, keeping on pace with CBP's pushing lineup, and then just pushing tower after tower after tower with those Serpent Wards. Really just letting Tactical get a 32-minute, very, very clean victory. We're going to move on to game number 2, guys. So after a short break, we'll be getting to that. Thanks for watching. GG.